All right, welcome back to the Closing Room AZ. I'm Jesse Moreno. Here we are in part 4 of our series with Tim O'Neill, AZ Property Inspection. So part 1, part 3, through part 3, we covered Tim's original story, what buyers, agents get wrong, the full suite of services his firm has to offer. If you guys missed those things, you got to go back and watch. Or I'm telling you, you got to go back and watch it. Every part has something you could use for yourself. So, but right now we're going to jump into part 4. It's the rapid fire round. We're asking a lot of questions. We put him on the spot and see what he comes up with. This man has 16,000 inspections to pull from. So let's see what he comes out with on these rapid fire questions. All right, Tim, are you ready for these questions?
I'm ready. All right.
All right. We're going to try to keep them simple and easy and fun. We'll see how this thing goes. Make sure that you answer it first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
All right. Don't overthink it. It's going to be pretty easy, pretty quick. Okay. All right. Here's the first one. So, what's the first thing? What's the worst thing you ever found during an inspection, and that you didn't see coming your way?
That's actually easy. It was a house I was inspecting in Chandler, Arizona, and it literally was missing 65% of the wood that was supposed to be holding up the house. It was missing because somebody took a Sawzall and cut out most of the interior wood to build a couple of rooms up in an attic.
Wow.
And so there was nothing holding this house up other than paint.
Yikes.
Literally.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was nuts.
All right.
Nuts. And it was a windy day, and I kept on backing out of the house saying, at any point, this place is going down.
Wow. All right. Funniest moment on the job. I mean, that sounds kind of crazy and funny to me too, but what's the funniest moment on the job? I know you got about 16,000 things you can pick from.
Well, I'm sure I didn't find it so funny, but it was when I fell into a pool. I was doing a home inspection, and I had 2 students with me that were doing their parallel inspections, which is state required, and I had the at least one of the real estate agents. We were all in the backyard, and I'm so busy trying to get this inspection done, I literally walked right into the pool, so everybody enjoyed themselves totally. Me, not so much.
I hope it was summertime when that happened.
It was.
All right. Well, that was a good deal. That was a good thing.
Actually, one of the people said, yeah, you must have done that on purpose.
All right. Yeah. Don't do it when it's winter.
Nah.
Water's cold. If it's not
it
warm,
can get really cold.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
One thing homeowners should check every single year, almost nobody does.
You know what? I would probably say for termites. People don't realize how prevalent termites are here. And so and the good thing about these type of termites is that they are subterranean termites, and so they build tubes everywhere. And so they kind of tell us that they're here, they're at our house. And so look for them around the house, in closets where, one time I found a 2-foot termite tube in a closet behind clothing. And I asked the older man that lived there, I said, have you ever seen that? And he goes, yeah, I saw that, but I thought it was just a scuff on the wall. No, it was a termite tube. And so, yes, look around your house for termite tubes.
All right. If a buyer could ask you one question after an inspection, just one question, what do you wish they would ask you?
Probably the overall rating of the house. I used to have a real estate agent that would always ask me at the end of the inspection, okay, give me a number. And anything above a 6.5, he was kind of happy with. Anything below a 6.5, he was not happy with. Yeah, and it's everybody looks at paint jobs and they think just because the paint job looks good on the house, it's a good house. That is not the case. That is never the case, actually. The more paint, the more they're usually trying to hide. So yes, if somebody comes up to me and says, okay, give me a number on the house, I'll give them a number, and then I'll explain that number and why I came to that conclusion on that number.
All right, cool. All right, that was pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that hard? Okay, here's my last one for you.
Go ahead.
All right, New York or Arizona? And you can't say both.
Okay, I'd say Arizona for sure. I mean, really, I miss the people, I miss the food, I miss upstate New York. It was absolutely beautiful, but Arizona is where We raised our children. It's a great place to live. Yes, it gets hot in the summertime, but you can mitigate that. You know, there's a lot of air conditioning here, and there are places up in northern Arizona that aren't nearly as hot as they are in Phoenix. So Arizona by far.
Sure. There you have it. Arizona all the time.
All the way.
Right?
All the way.
Sunny, the sunshine will always get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Awesome. Tim, how do we get hold of you? Because we're going to wrap up this one.
You could contact us get onto our website at inspectionsaz.com. Our email address, my email address is tim at inspectionsaz.com. Our office at inspectionsaz.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, 480-283-5642. We'll get you right into that, right into us. And we have people manning the phones most of the time.
All right. Awesome. Well, Tim, that was everything I hope it was going to be. And with all the, with all your stories and all your experience, I knew you would have some good info to share with us and tell us. All right, you guys. So we're headed to part 5 of the final segment. Tim's closing questions, 30 years in the industry, his trained inspectors, taught agents. We're going to talk about the real family business, built real family business. He's got one piece of advice for every first-time home buyer here in Arizona that is probably not going to get anywhere. You're not probably going to get this anywhere else. So make sure you stick around and listen to it, because I'm sure that advice is going to be pretty amazing. And I think we're going to close with that. Don't skip it. Make sure you hit it. Come back and watch part 5. We're going to close out with that one. Again, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a comment, scan the QR code that you see on your screen. You can always find us at the Closing Room AZ on Instagram or on YouTube. It's all about real conversations that drive real results here at the Closing Room. So thank you guys for hanging out. Have a beautiful week ahead. And remember, set no limits.